But General Pace, I don't know you personally. We never had any personal relationship. I don't know you professionally. I've only followed your career as being a member of the Appropriations Committee. You know, and I assume you've had a distinguished career, or you wouldn't be where you are. But the statements you made in March regarding gays and lesbians in our society and in the military was very hurtful, and I think very demoralizing to the thousands of gay men and lesbian women who now serve in our military, and the more who want to serve their country. I've been watching Ken Burns' epic on the war in the Second World War, and it occurred to me again how many gay men lost their lives in defending their country. And your statement that homosexual acts are immoral and that we shouldn't condone that in the military, it's very hurtful. Millions of Americans are gay men and lesbian women. And they are some of our most upstanding, law-abiding, moral citizens that we have. And so I, like I said, I don't want to be discordant. But I need to see a career like yours end on a note like that. I hope you've had time to reflect on that. Your personal views are your personal views. But once you put those stars on your shoulder, just like when you take an oath of office to be a secretary or as a senator, our personal lives cross over. And we have to be cognizant of our responsibility to society at large when we either become a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff or a United States Senator or a secretary. Very hurtful comments, very demoralizing comments. And if you have anything to say to that, I would be open to listen.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate the opportunity to clarify what I did say, to be very precise about what I said and what I believe, because what I said and what I believe was not what was reported very accurately. And Mr. Chairman, if I could indulge you, sir, I need about 4 to 5 minutes to answer this properly.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
That's fine. Please
Thank you.
proceed.
First, Senator, I would tell you categorically that any nation that does not take advantage of the quality, skills, and contributions of any part of its population is doing a disservice to themselves, whether it be cutting out women, cutting out men, cutting out certain kinds of religion, cutting out heterosexuals, cutting out homosexuals. Anything that prevents those who want to contribute to the society from contributing is a mistake on the part of the nation. What I said was that I support the don't ask, don't tell, because it allows those who are homosexual to serve this nation if they so choose. It makes no judgment about their morality. It gives them the opportunity to serve. I said that as a nation, we should not enact laws that make it the law of the land that certain types of activity are acceptable. And I started out very purposefully in saying that heterosexuals who were having sex amongst married couples not of the same marriage was immoral. So I would repeat, because my upbringing is one that says that sex between other than man and woman inside the bonds of marriage is a sin. That does not, is there adultery? Is there adultery? Of course there is. Are there homosexual people out there having homosexual acts? Yes. Are there wonderful Americans who happen to be homosexual serving in the military? Yes. And we need to be very precise then about what I said, wearing my stars and being very conscious of it. And that is very simply that we should respect those who want to serve the nation, but not through the law of the land condone activity that, in my upbringing, is counter to God's law. Now,
Now, one more outbreak and that'll be too many.
There are those, obviously, who do not agree with that. All I'm saying is that my responsibility, with the authority I've been given and responsibilities I've been given, are to obey the law of the land and to object if something is either illegal or immoral. My upbringing tells me that sexual activity outside the bonds of marriage between a man and a woman is immoral. That's what I was taught. That is what I believe. I would be very willing and able and supportive of any description, whatever change to don't ask, don't tell, would continue to allow the homosexual community to contribute to the nation without condoning what I believe to be activity, whether it be heterosexual or homosexual, that in my upbringing is not right.
Mr. Secretary, you've done well. We ready?
Well, I thank the general for his response, and I'm sorry about the uproar. But one of your comments caught me. I'll read your words again in the record in this meeting. But I want to make it clear that we don't have laws in this country any longer against homosexuality and against gay relationships. We don't. We've gone beyond that. And so that when you are taking the oath of office to uphold the laws of the land, there is no such law like that. And it is a matter of leadership, and I think one in which we have to be careful sometimes of what we say. We all say things. We all say things. Sometimes we regret it. Maybe we said it. We shouldn't have said it that way, that kind of thing. We're all human beings in that regard. But this is something I've heard a lot about.
Let's close the doors. Close the doors.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's something I've heard a lot about, and I'm not the only one. And especially with so many gays who do serve honorably in our military, this can have a very demoralizing effect when their boss says that what they're doing is immoral. You can have your personal opinions, General. As I said, once you put those stars on and you start saying those things, they don't become your personal opinions any longer. They become policy. And that's why I say that.
Close those doors.
Can't you get them out of the building? And I wanted to approach it in that standpoint because your successor, I will ask also those questions about their views on this issue also.
Sir, the Uniform Code of Military Justice makes it illegal for members of the same sex or members of the opposite sex who are not married to have sex with each other. It is the law, and I am upholding it.
Well, then maybe we should change that. Thank you, General.
Sir.